Hi. Hey everyone. Pinning a comment here. Okay, awesome. Hi everybody, what is up? Hello. Hey Liv, welcome. Hi guys. So today we are talking about what to watch out for this holiday season. And if you haven't already listened to my episode all about kind of like promotions and how to set up some of your promotions for the holiday season, I would definitely go back and check that out, because that is like jam-packed with very practical info about how to essentially reward your loyal clients and like keep them excited about the holiday season. So go back and check that out. Today is a little different of a tone when it comes to the holidays, because yes, we're excited. Yes, there's so much like buzz and opportunity. Yes, it's technically a busy season for us as hairstylists, but I also just want to give you guys some really great support with how to make the most of it and how to not fall into some of the pitfalls that happens every single season. And it's always really funny because even when I was behind the chair, I would go through kind of the same busy season, slower season many times. And yet when I was in the busy season, when I was in the holiday, no matter what, how many times it had been busy, slow, it still felt like the busy season was never gonna end. Like the busy season was like how my business was going to be forever. And so that almost like false sense of security that I got from the busy seasons, from the holiday season, set me up for kind of like repeating this crazy cycle. So I want to share some ways that you guys cannot be repeating these cycles. You can go into it eyes wide open and with good like systems in place and like awareness so that you can actually enjoy it. Because I know that one of the things that can creep up when I start talking about this kind of stuff is like, Ren, I'm already going to be busy with clients. I'm already going to be busy with my family. How do I have space for another thing to think about? But I promise you, if you just start building the habits now, end of September throughout October, you are going to be set up so well that you will have a higher chance of attracting the right clients during the holiday season and keeping them so not just attracting them or seeing these wham bam thank you ma'am clients, but going from there. Will there be a replay of this live? Yes, absolutely. So the lives are always on my profile, so you can go back to the profile and watch all the lives that I've done on a weekly basis forever. You can also catch the replays on the Successful Hairstylist podcast, which is wherever you listen to podcasts. So I basically republish the audio into a podcast version for those stylists out there who like to listen on the go and don't want to be distracted by, me jumping all around or something. So that's where you can catch the replay. And okay, so let's dive into this just a little bit. So what happens during the holidays is I kind of just want to start out with like laying the scene of what this typically looks like, okay? And I am curious if you guys are going to be able to relate to some of these. Like I said, when I was behind the chair, I found myself in these positions a lot. So today's training is really going to help you break out of the following patterns, okay? So one of the patterns is what I was just talking about, where we get really busy. We kind of have this like arc up. We get really, really busy just to then be empty in January and February. And you know what else happens then is in January when our books are looking naked, and we're thinking about all the things, all the presents we bought, all the deals we got, we're thinking about how much we spent, pure panic comes in, right? Like, I've been there, the pure panic in January of what I spent and where are all my clients and what just happened, okay? I'm also going to help you not have just a lot of one-time clients that aren't your specialty, okay? This happens just as much for my independent stylist as it does for like my commission stylist or my booth renters in a more traditional salon environment, where a lot of people just try and figure out where they can get in. They're just going to come to you for like that one-time tune-up for their holiday season, then they're gonna go back to their regular hairstylist. Now, I'm not saying we should turn down any money. You know, like, we don't want to show the universe that we don't want money. We always want to accept money. However, if you can be more proactive and more active in your business, you're actually going to be able to strategically get the right people, where you don't have to feel like you have to just take anybody who calls you, right? Anybody who shows up and needs a last minute appointment. So we're going to take that out. And then the last piece is, this is another thing that happens. We make a lot more money, right? We have some of our highest months, but we spend a lot more money, and we can almost have like a lifestyle creep in that last month in December, where again, we're in the groove. We're like, okay, I made it. I finally made it. All my work is paying off. I've built this amazing clientele. Meanwhile, it's just the holiday rush. So we start spending like we have just entered a new bracket, right? So I really want to help you guys really plan this out and avoid those three things from happening, because what happens when our subconscious is ruling us and we're kind of just being swept all around, it's really, really hard. It's really hard. So understanding, being ready, being aware is like the first step to this. So what do I want you guys to do, or what do I want to be on your radar as you enter this busy season? So the first thing that I really recommend you do is, especially now and in October, is you are extremely proactive with being out there and building your clientele. Because what happens to most people in the industry, which again is a benefit for you because a lot of people are leaning back right now. A lot of people are taking a step back. They're like, oh, everyone will be in for the holidays. I'm not scared. But you need to step up and be proactive. So what happens is, and I was talking about this in my Instagram stories, is we can get a true false sense of security around this time of year. And it actually takes us backwards when we could use the energy, the excitement around the holidays to actually build a long-term clientele and not just a one-time clientele. So for September and October, really, really sinking into your methods for getting new clients. If you don't have methods to get new clients, like, send me the word clients because I can help you with that. But that's really what should be your focus right now. Maybe planning your promotions. You still want to be showing up, but you really want to be focused on building those clients. So the clients who come and see you now, they're still going to be back this year, right? So they're going to see you now and for a holiday appointment. So just keep that in mind. So the next thing that we really want to be doing is we don't want to get too busy that we stop making money. Okay, which here's what I mean by this. I don't know about you guys, but especially when I was building and I was going from like maybe 1 or 2 clients a day, and then I would have like the 4 or 5 client days, I would just feel like a chicken with my head cut off, right? Like, I'm excited, I'm making all this money, I'm really, like, oh my gosh, it's happening. But I would forget to rebook, I would forget, to recommend the at-home care, I would forget to do add-ons for my clients and like recommend different things for them, just because I was so almost in this overwhelmed state. So as we go into these busier days, it's so important that you kind of plan ahead some of these really important CEO things. So that's going to be different add-on services that you can offer to your clients. And if you charge by the hour, these conversations are going to happen more upfront, right? Because you're technically going to be adding on time versus like time for the added services kind of a thing. But really planning this ahead. What is going to elevate their visit? What is going to make them feel excited? Planning it all ahead. So you already know when Sharon walks in the door and you've already done 3 clients, what you're going to talk to her about, what you're going to offer her, and how you're going to make her experience really good. If we get too busy for our own good, you guys, our service level can drop. And that's how we miss out on keeping these clients long-term, right? It's their first experience with this. It's not the best we can do, and it goes from there. And like, it's not about being perfect, but it's like, how can you set yourself up as much as possible? So in those moments that we know are coming, we are so ready. We are so ready. And that's also going to make you way less frazzled too. Okay, so really focus on building a clientele now, okay, in the next few months so that you're not desperate for whatever comes in the door, right? The second one is don't get too busy to make money. So we want to be sure we are set up for add-ons, for rebooking, for hair care for them to take home or buy on your affiliate link or whatever your preferred method is. I'm still a big have hair care in the salon kind of a person, but I understand that everything's changing. So then this last piece here is when we have this influx of money, we're having these bigger months, we want to do 2 things with this money. So yes, we want to pay ourselves a little more money, right? We're working hard. But we also want to put a little back into our education, and then we want to put a little into a savings account for a rainy day, okay? Because what happens, like I said, is our brain like immediately gets used to being busy and seeing those full weeks that we forget it's a season, especially if we haven't been actively growing our clientele and making it happen. If it's just happening, then we know it's going to be temporary, and we have to be able to plan for that and say, okay, cool. Well, I have this money coming in, so I can finally jump into the luxury client method. I can finally do that thing I've been wanting to do. I can finally upgrade this. And I can put away $1,000 into my business savings account. So if there is a lull in my business in January and February, I still get paid. This is how we really start to set ourselves up and use the busy season for our benefit. Use it for security for the future. Use it as an opportunity to capture all of these new clients and make them our new forever clients. A lot of people out there have been saying that people don't like to switch hairstylists during the holiday season. I don't even fully agree with that. I don't fully agree with that at all. Like, this is the time to be out and be proactive in building. And I think you're going to have a lot of people who get really excited about having a new experience during such an exciting time of the year. So when you hear different things like that, I just want you to stay grounded in what you feel is the truth and like the growing your business and focusing on those 3 things that I teach in Luxury Client Method that grow your business every day. I mean, you will not lose if you spend time on those things. So just a quick recap for the holidays. We want to make sure that we are, number 1, actively working on growing our business. This is not the time to lean back and say, I got this, no worries, I can finally rest. Okay, we want to be proactively growing our clientele. Number 2, we want to make sure that we are setting ourselves up for all of that extra money we can make when we're busy, like add-ons and rebooking and home, retail, and hair care. And then lastly, we want to be strategic with the extra money we're making. We can finally invest in that class that we want to do. We could pay off a class we're in. We could save some for a different time where we can still make a paycheck even if we have the gaps in our schedule. Okay, so that is what I would look out for this holiday season. I hope that this has been helpful. As always, if you have room for 4 or more clients a week, DM me the word clients because I can help you fill in those gaps. And I will see you all next week. So thank you so much. Share with someone who needs to hear it. Bye.